morning everyone, hello. I decided this morning, or in the middle of the night when I couldn't sleep, that I really wanted to create a family stretch. So this is going to be a stretching class for anyone, all abilities, all members of the family. You can do this together or on your own. It is early in the morning and I'm feeling very puffy-eyed, but I thought rather than doing my stretching on my own, I wanted to share it with you. So don't be surprised if children burst in the door, or my husband, or anything. They might just join in. So here we go. I was going to say, before we begin, I've got with me a block, which if you have one then great. If you don't, you can makeshift something or use a pillow, but don't worry if you don't. And a belt. See, I haven't got a belt on me in the room, so I am using a dressing gown rope, or whatever it's called, you know what I mean. So let's have some fun. Let's stand up and have a little stretch. So you can put music on if you want to. I'm not doing it with music, but you're welcome to. And we're just gonna have a little roll of the head and neck. So let's move our head round to one side, breathing in, and breathe out. Rotate the head all the way around to the other side. Breathing in and breathing out, rotating round, breathing in. This time you're going to turn across the room with your head, so looking across the horizon. Lovely, breathe in. As you breathe out, all the way over to the other side. Lovely, this time coming back to centre, looking up as you breathe in, drop the jaw. And breathe out, make the back of the neck nice and long, tuck the chin in towards the chest. One more time, breathing in, coming up. And breathe out, nice. Moving the head over to one side, taking the same hand as that side, whichever side you're doing. Mid finger, first finger, just placing it on the temple and just tuck the chin in slightly. Stretching out the opposite hand and come back round to the other side. If you've got any issues with the neck, then just remove this hand. And stretching out the other side. Lovely, shaking out the shoulders. Breathing in, draw the shoulders in towards the ears and release. Drop the jaw. Breathing in to come up. And drop the jaw. Oh, feels lovely. Let go of any issues, any stress you've got going on in the mind. Breathing in, let them go. Drop the jaw. One more time, breathing in. And release. Lovely, shaking out again. Taking the hands, bring the feet a little bit further apart, bending at the knees, breathing in, draw the arms up. Nice big stretch, interlock the fingers, stretch the hands away, and release the hands. Breathing in to come up. Come up onto the fingertips, onto the toes if you want to, and release. Breathing in, stretch, and release. One more time. And release, lovely. Shaking the arms out again, taking one arm out and the other arm out, crossing them over you. Give yourself a hug, bend the knees. Opening wide, doing the same, opposite sides, and bend the knees. Nice, releasing. Taking hold of your belt, if you have it nearby. You can fold it a few times. We're going to take one arm as we bend the knees, all the way up towards the ceiling. I'll come to face the back so you can see. And then bend that elbow, drop it down. Keep the elbow nice and far away from you. Opposite hand comes up. Reach towards the belt. You can either grab hold of the belts or interlock the fingers. Like so. Breathing there. And release. Come back up. Swap the belt over in the other hand. Coming up. Same on the other side. Just be aware if one side's tighter than the other, that's fine. Just breathe there. And go back up. Nice. A little bit more arm stretching, so we're really opening the heart space, getting the shoulder girdle nice and open. Release your belt. Take your hands about legs distance apart, arm distance apart. Feet wide, take the arms up, breathing in. Stretching as though you're on top of a mountain, and try not to do this. So you're sticking your ribs out and losing all your energy. Just engage your core. Stand nice and strong. Drop the shoulders as though you're stood on the top of of a mountain. Imagine that beautiful view, breathe it in, bend the knees, breathe out. Deep breath in. Top of the mountain, staying grounded, saying to yourself, I am strong. We use a few affirmations here because it just feels good. Let's get the positivity flowing. And breathe out. Breathing in. Top of the mountain. And breathe out. Nice. Breathing in to come up. Dropping the left hand behind you. Having a stretch out. Again, try not to flare the ribs so you lose all your energy. Tuck the hips under slightly, engage your core. Nice tall spine. And come back to centre. Breathing in to come up. Drop the opposite arm behind you. Engage your core. That wonderful stretch. And come back down. Nice, couple more variations. This time we're going to bend the knees and turn the upper chest round to one side. So not twisting at the hips, it's just the upper body twisting. Hips stay facing forward. And looking in the same direction as your back arm. Breathing in to come up. Doing the same on the other side. Doing that again on both sides. Should really start to feel it in the arms and also in the thighs. Nice. And for the last one, this looks quite impressive, but in fact, this is your Houdini trick. We're going to breathe in, take the arms up, and then take the arms behind you. So it looks very impressive. All you're doing is this. You're using your belt. So bend at the knees, breathing in to come up, and take the arms behind you. Try not to grip onto the belt too hard, because otherwise you'll lock the shoulders, so just be careful. Keep a nice loose grip. Lovely, breathing in to come up, and breathing out to release down. One more time, nice. So we've stretched out our arms, and we've stretched out our neck. We are going to now move a little bit further down onto the ground. So let's make our way down onto cat position, all fours, and I'm going to shuffle you down just slightly. Wonderful. So from here, taking the wrists in line with the shoulders, the knees in line with the hips. If you can see alignment, just check that that's right. Nice. And then we're going to rotate the shoulders away from the ears a few times. As you do so, stick the bottom out. Breathing in, opening the heart space, looking up. Breathing out, tucking the hips under, rounding at the spine. We'll do this at the side for a few times. Breathing in, open the heart space. Breathing out, rounding the spine. Breathing in, and breathing out. Nice. So from here, we're going to hover opposite arm, opposite leg away. So sliding opposite hand away. Imagine that you have a tray of cups on your back and you want to keep that nice and straight, looking down. And then we're going to take the arm and the leg up into a bit of a balance. Breathing in, lowering down as you breathe out, and slide back to centre. Breathing in, as you breathe out, sliding away. So I am offering breathing in, breathing out at certain times. Don't worry if that doesn't come to you, just breathe is the main thing. And come back down. Nice. So this time we're going to lengthen and stretch. As you breathe out, make a fist with the wrist and draw elbow to knee together. So breathing in, as you breathe out, going to make a pumping motion. Breathe in, and breathe out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time. Nice. Do the same on the opposite side. So what we're doing here is getting that digestive fire going, getting our tummy muscles working as well. We're moving that agony, that digestive fire, getting it flamed, getting it ignited for the rest of the day, getting our core working as well. Nice, wonderful guys. So we're going to do a bit more work into the core now. So I'm just going to take my mat round to the side. So it's the first time I filmed in this position, so I'm just checking, getting it right. So we're going to come onto our backs now and taking hold of your block, if you have one, and placing it between the knees. So you're tucking your heels slightly in towards you and you're using that block. You don't have to use the block, but if you have got a block, it just reminds the thighs to stay strong, to be engaged. And we're going to draw the head back. Nice. Wonderful. You can still see me, yes. Lovely. So taking the hands behind you, we're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, I want you to begin to engage your pelvic floor and lower abdominal muscles. If you don't have any pelvic floor, that's fine. On your exhalation, keep this nice and flat. Draw the chin in towards the chest, take the elbows wide. Breathing in, breathing out, releasing. Nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, coming up, nice flat back. Keep that area engaged, tuck the chin in towards the chest and look towards the space between the legs. Wonderful, a couple more times. Wonderful, hug the knees in towards the chest. You can draw the belt from the block away from you and just hug the knees in, taking a little rock from side to side. Let the lactic acid be released. And then from here we're going to come into alternate toe taps. So think of that tray of cups on your shins. We're going to draw opposite toes down and then back to centre. So just make sure that when you come back to centre, that knee comes back to that neutral position. You can toe tap the toes a little bit further away from you. If you want to, keep this nice flat back as you keep your core engaged. Keep toe tapping there, but just make sure that knee comes back to centre. If you want to, you can take opposite elbow to knee as the knee comes back to centre. Keep breathing there. Well done, guys. Doing really well. Really start to feel it in the obliques now. Keep breathing. Lovely. A couple more times in your own time with your own breath. Feel free to carry on if you're not feeling it. But when you're ready, hug the knees in. Soften the shoulders. Take a few deep breaths. A little rock from side to side now. And then we're going to come into bridge. If you have your block nearby, then great. We can come into a bit of a supported bridge, but don't worry if you don't have a block. So taking the heels in towards you, hands down, breathing in. As you breathe out, engage the core, begin to lift the hips up. So really lift those hips up. Try not to move the head or neck here, so just listen to me rather than trying to watch what's going on. Raise the hips up, tuck the chin in towards the chest and begin to shuffle the hands towards the feet, placing the palms down. Keep those knees as they are, try not to let them fall to the side. If you can interlock the fingers and draw the arms down, shoulders away from the ears. So interclasp the fingers as though you're squeezing a lemon under the body as you raise the hips up. When you're ready to, releasing back down and lower, hug the knees in towards the chest. Nice, we'll come into a supported bridge from here, so taking your block, placing it under the hips. So it doesn't matter which way, you can go widthways or you can go the slightly thinner side, but make sure that it's placed under the sacroiliac dimples, so that area just between the bottom, so you should be able to feel your bottom there, and between that and the lower back. So you get a nice long stretch through the back, through the spines, placing the palms down, and just rest here for a few moments. Taking a few breaths, releasing down. Beginning to warm down now. Lovely, push the weight back into the feet, release the block. Hug the knees in towards the chest. We're going to come into a supine twist here. So we're going to take the knees over to one side
So drawing the feet down, shuffle the hips over to the right as you stack one knee on top of the other into a bit of a 90-degree angle as though you're in a reclined chair. So you can draw the knees over to one side. If you need to, you can take that block under the knees. If not, just stay as you are. Now your arms come into a cactus position or out to the side. If you want to increase the stretch, you can take that top knee over the bottom. It works further into the spine, so breathing there. Just allow the legs to soften, allow the spine to relax, allow the whole body to surrender and release. Slowly unravelling. We'll do the same on the other side. So shuffling the hips over to the left, stacking one knee on top of the other, or crossing over. Do exactly what you did on the other side. Try and keep both shoulders down as you do so. If this feels too much to cross over at the legs, just stacking one knee on top of the other. Breathing there. Slowly releasing, coming back to centre. This time we're going to take the soles of the feet in towards one another. Baddha-Konasana. Make the hips, so lifting up the hips and just drawing the spine so it's nice and long. Taking the arms wide once again. Take the knees wide and breathe there. If it feels too tight in the hips, you can always take 2 blocks or 2 pillows and just tuck them right in towards the hips so that they support the hips. So no stress or strain. If it's too much for the shoulders, just take the arms towards your side, or you can take the arms overhead. Just do what feels right for you. Breathing there. Allow the knees and hips to soften. Allow the breath to relax completely. So from here we'll take a few golden thread breaths, breathing in through the nose. As you breathe out, making a tiny parting with the lips, and allow the breath to pour from the lips like a golden thread of breath. So we're not pushing the breath, we're not taking necessarily big deep out breaths, but we're just allowing this breath to be very soft and gentle, relaxing the breath completely. Like a smooth, soft, golden thread of breath. Wonderful, guys. When you're ready, draw both knees in towards one another using the hands. Curling over to one side. So maybe over to the right, just pushing through the hands to come up to sitting. And just come up however's comfortable. Crossing the legs, or you can sit on the shins. Placing the hands on the knees. Rotate the shoulders away, closing the eyes here to end the practice. So just thinking of an intention for your day. So when I say intention, it's just a thought, a feeling, maybe just a positive word that you want to embrace today. You might imagine a positive outcome, whatever it may be. Just allow that to resonate with you now as you breathe. Breathe it in, give it a colour, breathe it in to every cell, every bone in the body. Smiling gently to yourself. And when you're ready, bringing the palms of the hands together at the heart centre. Taking the hands towards the head for the right thoughts.
to the mouth for the right words, and to the heart for the right intention. Namaste. And if you didn't already know, Namaste means the light within me shines towards the light within you. Lovely. Thank you guys. If you enjoy this, just give us a little like. This is the start of my journey with recording my practice, but I really want to do this more regularly, and I hope that it can benefit you guys as well. So just let me know how you get on. Any feedback is great, and I'll see you soon. Lots of love. Bye.